Good day, everyone. This is Freewheeling JP Amara, a BS Ed Sciences 1A student. So today, I am going to explain to you what is communication, the process of communication, the different elements of communication, and the 9 principles of communication. We all know that communication plays a vital role in our daily lives. It doesn't only facilitate the process of sharing information and ideas, but it also helps us to develop the relationship with each other. Therefore, the importance of communication cannot be underestimated. Communication is the process of transmitting an information from one person to another to create a shared understanding. It could be expressed verbal and non-verbal. Communication comes from the Latin word communicare, meaning to share or make common. In order for us to understand more about communication, here are the elements of communication. The first one is the sender or the speaker. The sender initiates the process of communication with a specific or particular purpose. The sender encodes by converting messages into words or actions wherein the speaker and the listener understand each other. After that, the messages being transported, we have called a channel. A channel is used as a medium by transmitting an ideas or thoughts. Next in line is a listener, or also known as a receiver, who decodes the message. When we say decoding, it is how we understand or interpret the encoded message coming from the speaker. When a listener or a receiver decodes the message, he or she can now make a response, also known as a feedback. A feedback are any reactions, responses, or any information provided by the receiver. Sometimes, misunderstanding happens because of the presence of the noise, and this noise is also called a barrier. A barrier is the factors that affect the flow of a communication. A context is the environment where the communication takes place. It is also the setting or the situation where the communication process occurs. So how do we really become an effective communicators? So there are 9 principles of an effective communication. The first one is the clarity. The clarity makes the speeches understandable. Effective communication should be clear as possible. The second principle is concreteness. Concreteness reduces misunderstanding. Concreteness in communication is the aspects that being specific in facts and figures. So the communication is concrete, which means the communication or message should be clear and no room for such a particular misinterpretations. The third one is courtesy. Courtesy builds goodwill. It involves being polite in terms of approach and manner or respect of addressing an individual. The next principle is correctness. Glaring mistakes in grammar obscures the meaning of the sentence. Also, the misuse of language can damage your credibility. The next principle of an effective communication is the consideration. In consideration, the messages must be geared towards the audience. The sender of a message must be considered the recipients, the profession, the education level, the ethnicity, race, age, and so on by the next principle is creativity. In communication, having the ability to craft an interesting messages in terms of sentence structure and word choice. Next is conciseness. Simplicity and directness help you to be concise. The next principle is culturally sensitivity. So culturally sensitive communication demonstrate and understand and also respects for each individual. Next one or the last one principle of ineffective communication is captivating. You must strive for your message should be interesting to make a command or more attention and better responses. Good communication is an effective communication.